I always say that being in the reserves was great because it allowed me to keep one foot in. So when I initially left active duty, I did not want to be an airline pilot. I thought it would be boring. So I got another job, realized I didn't like working for a living. So I went back to the idea of being a pilot full time. So that's how I ended up being an airline pilot and, balancing the two. My squadron liked to have 10 to 12 days a month, usually, drill weekend and then, half of a detachment, something like that. But I got to balance the two, right? So if I was frustrated with my civilian job, I'll go fly with the Navy. If I was frustrated with the Navy, I just stiff arm them and go fly with the civilian job. So that was great. I got a nice transition, a really long transition period where I could do that. My last deployment was with JSOC, and I got to see a lot of really cool things that I don't think a lot of people ever really know about. I mean, and rightfully so, right? That kind of world needs to stay quiet. But what really struck me are the people I worked with, and the people, the kinds of people that I thought didn't exist in our military anymore. You start to get jaded. You start to think the greatest generation doesn't exist anymore. And I mean, I can affirmatively state that the greatest generation is the generation that's out there right now. And it's the people who have, risen the ranks, maybe are more political, that are keeping them held back. So I decided I wanted to write a book, and I wanted to kind of touch on that. Maybe not the exact experiences I had, but the kinds of people that I worked with. And so I wrote a book. It took me, I don't know, a good 6 years probably to write it, and didn't sell it, didn't do anything with it. And then I realized once I finished one, I could write another. And so now I'm an airline pilot, and on my overnights, I'd sit in the hotel room, and instead of turning on the TV and making myself dumber, I'd just open up my laptop and start writing. And I wrote 5 novels before I finally found an agent who believed in me and signed me. And then, and now I have deadlines and stuff I have to actually meet.
Yeah. Well, now with ChatGPT, I mean, those deadlines aren't even a factor. You just have it write it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that not how it works?
Yeah, no, that's, don't tell everyone my secret. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to write one this afternoon. So you got, is Unknown Rider that's coming out November 21st?
Yes. Unknown Rider comes out November 21st. That's my first one. It's kind of timely right now because of what happened with the Marine F-35B, going missing, and everyone talking about, was it hacked or whatnot? I mean, that's essentially what Unknown Rider is about. And I'm not the first person to write about this. I mean, obviously, more accomplished writers like Brad Taylor wrote about it in American Trader. Admiral Stavridis, who was my strike group commander on one of my deployments, he wrote about it in 2034. But what I wanted to really address is, what is a pilot experiencing when his aircraft is hacked and he can't control it? And what does that look like from a pilot's perspective? So everything that I write about, I try to evoke the emotions that you and I might feel when we lose control of our airplane and can't do it, and maybe it's for nefarious purposes. We want to get to the bottom of it, and so I try to give everyone a glimpse into what life is like as a fighter pilot. But that's it's pretty fortuitous that this F-35 went missing last week.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear or just to think about, because it's something I never thought about. There's obviously software in the F-16. There's software in the F-18, a ton of software and code, right? But now as you go to the F-35 and future ones, like you log into the F-35,
right?
Like you got your unique password and stuff. So
right.
Just what a different world and how it's changing. So I can only imagine what the future holds. So.